Welcome to episode 76 of Annijuuti Knits. Hi friends, welcome back to my channel Annijuuti Knits. My name is Anniina and I'm a knitwear designer based on the west coast of Finland, and this is a channel where you can see some behind the scenes of my work and the other knitting projects that I make. So welcome! You can find me on Instagram as Annijuuti Knits and on Ravelry as Annijuuti. And if you want to contact me, you can send me a DM on Instagram or contact me via email at annijuutiknits@gmail.com. So, if you are a returning viewer, welcome back. And if you are new here, you are welcome here. That's, I think, everything out of the way. And let's get into business. I came here a little bit earlier than I had planned, but I have been doing some frantic knitting in the past couple of weeks, 2 weeks maybe. So I thought that I would come here and share, because if I wait for 2 weeks, it's going to be so much to talk about. So I suspect this will also be a little bit shorter episode today, but at the moment it has been working out for me, so let's do that. I have one finished object, and this was a bit of a accidental cast on or unplanned project, because I have 2 test knits going on at the moment. I have the Nordic Noel Christmas sweater, and then I have the Crystal Creek sock pattern also in testing. And as I am a Finnish knitwear designer, I always publish my patterns in Finnish and in English, and that means that I always run 2 test groups. So now I have 2 test knits going on. That means I have 4 different test knits actually going on, since I do test both language versions, because I found that that's the way I get the best patterns out there. So anyway, I have a couple of test knits going on. I am planning on starting another test knit, which is a sock test knit as well. I have selected the testers, I have contacted them, but I will wait for a little bit before I start so that I can get the other sock pattern out of the way. But you are probably wondering why I'm rambling about my test knits. It's because if you are not familiar with my background, I am also a working mom. So I have a day job, which is at an optical store. I sell classes, and then I have my own company for the knitwear designs, and then I have 2 small children, and that takes up a lot of my time, and it feels like I'm constantly working. I'm either working at the optical store or I come home and I'm working. So I needed a little break, I needed a little breather, and I just wanted to cast on something just for the fun of it, and I wanted to knit something without writing it up or without planning or swatching or calculating or counting. So I did, and it was 2 days of frantic knitting and I made this little scarf, and it might look like cables, but it's actually faux cables, and it's this parallelogram shape. So it starts with one straight edge increasing out into the middle part, and then I changed the side of the decreases, so I didn't bring like I didn't want to do like a wide triangle. I changed the decreases to the top, which was straight, and now the bottom is straight, so it is this funky shape scarf. And because I like to work from charts, I did whip up a small little chart for myself to work this up, and I think this is the perfect little scarfie. You can it's long enough to tie into a knot, and I used some leftovers that I had from Drops Air. This is a blown yarn. It's a alpaca, and I think it's like a merino wool. No, it is 65% alpaca, so the alpaca is the fiber that is blown into the tube, and 28% polyamide and 7% wool. And yeah, it's super soft, airy, lovely, lofty, and even though it was a pleasure project, I will probably, or I will write it up. Not right now. I have too many projects going on, but I have a feeling that next month I will have a little slot to write it up. And I'm actually looking forward making another one with the thicker yarn. So I'm using the same numbers. I'm just taking bigger needles and working it up into a bigger scarf. Well, I live in Finland and the winters get very cold. My kids are screaming. And this is a perfect fall scarf. It's light and you can squish it under a jacket, but I want like a fuller scarf, and I actually have the perfect yarn for it already. So what would you say is, well, Drops Air is a weird yarn. The suggested needle is 5 millimeters. My kids interrupted me. So anyway, this uses, or the suggested needle size is 5 millimeters for 17 stitches. I actually haven't even measured my gauge, because why would I? I casted it on, or I cast on this scarf on Friday. Today's I cast on Friday, and yesterday was Saturday. I had quite a lot of knitting time, and I did finish it last night. I blocked it, I pinned it out, and in the morning it was dry, because this is very airy yarn. And yeah, today is Sunday the 29th of September, and yeah, what was I saying? I completely lost my train of thought. Yes, so what would you classify this? Is it a DK? I think for me, the gauge, I used 4.5 millimeter needles, and I would say that this is a DK gauge for me. Like I said, haven't measured the gauge, so I don't know what it is, but I am planning on using 6 millimeter needles with a worsted weight yarn. I will insert a little clip, because I forgot to bring it and my kids are there, and there's no point for me to go and grab it, but I will attach a little b-roll here about the yarn that I'm planning to use. This is some lovely squishy merino wool that I bought from Barcelona Knits last year, and I actually meant to make some hat, or like a cable knit hat with it, but actually I think it would be perfect in a scarf like this, because yeah, warm, soft, not scratchy, and I think it's going to be perfect. But yeah, so the scarf is missing a name. What can I say? I cast on things for fun, and they turn out to be lovely projects that I want to share. So if you have a name suggestion for this lofty, airy, lovely little scarf number with faux cables and this funky little shape, feel free to leave your suggestions in the comments, because I feel like I'm always asking for name suggestions, but that's because I'm just not good with names. I don't get those brilliant ideas, and if you ever suggest a name for me that I will use, I will always give the pattern once it's out for the one who suggested the name. So yeah, this funky little scarf, a pure joy project. I worked on it. I couldn't put it down, and it used I had 1.5 balls of drops air, and the funny thing is that I planned to use just the leftovers. I worked the pattern, or I worked the scarf into the half point where I planned to start decreasing. I weighed my yarn and I knew that I would run out of yarn. I didn't want to come back, like to go back and undo and make it a little bit shorter, because I like symmetry. And I had this vision, and I was in the half point, so I rather went and bought a new skein of yarn to actually finish it. And this is the ball that I used. I used 5 grams or 3 grams of this yarn, so I did actually grab 2 so that it would still make another one of these scarves. Maybe I will gift it to someone, or maybe I will make another, maybe as a gift or something like that. But anyways, unnamed scarf, a lot of ramble, but yeah, this was my pleasure project. I did give myself permission to not look at the test knit documents. I just took a little break and I was just concentrating on knitting itself. And that was my only finished object today. I have been knitting quite a lot lately. I have 2 sweater projects that have been mainly in my focus. And the other one I showed you last time, and it is my Nordic Noel sweater. And since last time I have knitted 1 sleeve, and I have finished the body. Last time I showed it, I think I was around here, so I have done quite a bit on the body, and I have finished 1 sleeve. I will put a fitting, or like a try-on picture. This is for a friend. She is my previous, or she has been my co-worker, and I am knitting this in size 2. She is a very big Christmas person, and I didn't want to make one for myself, because I don't see that I would use it a whole lot. So I decided to make this for a friend, and it looked so nice on her. I did shorten the body a little bit, what is suggested, because she is my height. We are not very tall people, so I did make the sleeve a tad and the body a little bit shorter than suggested in the pattern. But that has grown quite nicely since the last time we spoke. Just a reminder, I'm using Drops Daisy, which is the non-superwash merino wool, very soft, but I can see that it starts to peel a little bit. You can see already in the color that it's peeling a little bit, but I wanted to give an option to use something very budget friendly, since it is a seasonal sweater, you don't get a ton of wear out of it, and I see that taking care of your knits can make them last longer, and since this is only like a month a year when you can wear it, I think it's reasonable to use a bit more affordable yarn. And I actually bought, Drops has constantly, they have sales, and this was 30% off this summer, and I bought loads of it, so it was like €2, maybe €2.30 a ball or something like that. Very, very affordable price point. So I wanted to use this inexpensive yarn for my sample, and I think it's working out great. Drops Daisy has beautiful colors, and I'm actually making a second one for my husband, and we are using the same exact yarn combo or the color combo. Yeah, so that is my Nordic Noel, and the pattern is now in testing, and the test ends, I think the deadline was the 7th of November, so I will be quite certainly release this pattern on the 15th of November, so there's still a little bit of time before Christmas. Ideally it would have been nice to release it sooner, but somehow the year just went by and I didn't what's the word? I wasn't planning ahead, or I wasn't planning, I think you know what I mean. I wasn't being early enough, so that's that. The next work in progress is not a pattern of mine. It is a test knit that I'm doing for Rebecca Clow, and this is the Cara Wrap. I haven't done a ton, but I will show it anyway. I'm making my Cara Wrap in combination of Finnish and British wool. So I have Finship wool, single ply, and then I have the Woolly Knit British 4-ply held together. They're both in this lovely deep green, and here is what I've done. This is the marker that I placed last time, so I have done the underarm shaping for the back, and I started doing the front. I have just picked up and done a little bit of the front. It has this I cord around the neck, and it carries on to the fronts, which is nice. The reason why I haven't done totally like why I haven't done a huge amount for this, I started to hesitate about the sizing. So when I applied to test this for Rebecca, I did apply for the 120 centimeter bust, which is size 5. My bust is 117, and that would bring me into the suggested range of 0 to 5 centimeters of ease. And I also opted for the bust shaping because there's a big difference between my full bust and upper bust and also waist. But then again, I started working on this, and I read about the bust shaping, and it is created by adding more fabric into the bust, and that would mean that I would get another 5 centimeters of fabric around my bust, and this should be like a fitted crossover or like this wrap cardigan. So this is, well, I didn't think about it, and I did contact Rebecca, and she said that I can adjust to my liking. So I did adjust. I didn't go as further, or I didn't go as far with the increases on the arms, because I am afraid that it will then be too gapey around my bust. So I'm still thinking what to do, but I'm used to adding the bust shaping as like just like an extra fabric that goes forward, and not necessarily adding volume to this part, because then I would have probably, what I should have done, I should have taken my upper bust measurement and then add the bust shaping to get to the number that I was looking for. This was a little bit maybe not so clear explanation, but anyway, we had a little chat with Rebecca, and she said that I can do whatever I feel like works the best for my figure. So that's what I'm going to do. It is a very well written pattern, as always. Rebecca's patterns are very clear, and I'm looking forward working on this, but I still have another month to finish, so I have no problem finishing that project, or that's what I actually think, but who knows. My plan is to finish it by the time the test knit ends, and then I would have this lovely little wrap cardigan for the festive season, because I think this is a perfect garment to wear with dresses and all that. So looking forward to finishing this wrap cardigan. All right, and then I didn't bring all my projects. I just brought the ones that I've been working since we last spoke. So those 2 sweaters and the scarf, and then I have another sweater here. And this is just a little bit of a progress on my textured sweater. And here it is. So this is it still don't have a name, but I think I have settled on a name, and I will ask if that's something that you would agree on. So this yarn is gifted for this design by my friend Camilla from Camijo Knits, and this is her organic wool and linen blend with silk mohair. And now I can see that there's a one silk mohair strand that didn't caught into the stitch. Anyway, so let's go into my progress. Here's where I was last time. I had just joined under the arms, and I have worked another 15 centimeters of the body. And this is an all over broken rib texture with this little panel of cabling. And I have actually also finished the turtleneck collar, which is very poofy and lovely. And this color is beautiful, dusty gray blue, and I just absolutely adore this color, and I think it suits me pretty well. And it also matches my other classes because they are exactly the same shade of blue. And yeah, nothing much to tell. I think I spoke about this project in length last time. I'm not gonna go into too many details. If you are interested in hearing about this sweater, you can go and watch my previous episode if you haven't done already. And for the name, I did post a little picture on Instagram, and I was asking some tips or suggestions, and Camilla herself, she was actually suggesting 2 different names, and I combined a piece from both of those names. So I'm thinking of calling this the Baltic Breeze sweater, and that's because Finland and Denmark are separated with the Baltic Sea. So I think the Baltic Sea Breeze would be a little bit too long. So Baltic Breeze would work pretty well for this design, in my opinion. So this is a kind of this fisherman sweater inspired, textured, oversized, comfy, cozy sweater, and I think the Baltic Breeze would kind of, I think it suits pretty well. So what do you think? Are we going with the Baltic Breeze, or do you have a better suggestion for this sweater? I think it is inspired by this fisherman sweater. So yeah, this is my sweater progress. This will be a pattern for early next year. So I think I'm trying my best to do like a 10-week test for this. So it would go to I don't know, we'll see when I finish it, but I am aiming for January or early February release for that sweater. All right, then I just have been swatching and I have been working on some socks. So what should we see first? Maybe we'll see this is not much to see. My son was asking for a pair of socks. I made a pair for my older son this spring, and he has now, it's been chilly in the mornings and in the evenings. The temperature are dropping close to 0 at the moment, especially in the nights. The days are still quite warm, but I started the Magic Heel socks. Do they have another name? I can't remember, but this is the kiddie version for the fingering weight sock yarn. And this is this beautiful red that I have used for my husband and also for my other son. And first my younger son, he came and he picked out this beautiful Camijo knit yarn, which is this lovely orangey variegated. And then he was like, no, I want the same red than my brother has, but I want the toes to be this color. And I was like, whatever, I had like a 30-gram ball of this left, so I think I will be fine with socks in this and toes on this. So I've been working on these socks. They are very enjoyable to work with or to work on, because the heel is so simple and easy. And yeah, this is the pattern by the Autumn Acorn Judy, and I can highly recommend this pattern because it's such a lovely, especially gift knit, because you don't need to have like a precise size in mind. So go check her out. I will link the pattern in the description. And now that we are holding this, I will show you a couple of acquisitions that I made because I want to. My friend Cindy, who is the woman behind Knits, so Knits by Cindy Ekman, she has these beautiful little notions, and not little, she has all kinds of beautiful notions. And I have seen this yarn cake holder and I have been wanting to buy this. So this week I actually texted her and I asked, are you at the studio? I want to come over and I need this. And this is just to, you know, hold your ball and make it easy for make it easy to knitting, make it easy to knit with this thing that is twisting around. And I am actually also showing what else I got there, because I got a little excited about her projects or products. She just came out with a new colorway for her bag. I have another one of her bags actually here. I got this in an advent last year, and I've been using it for the Nordic Noel. But she came up with this, or she came out with this new colorway, and hello, is this a me color or not? I was like, maybe I'll need the new bag that you got. And this is the best part. If I can't bring my yarn, I'm not going. And they are beautifully lined. They are bags with little pockets. So here are little pockets, and yeah, so this was a complete, I went to the studio to get the yarn winder, not winder, the holder thingy, and I was like, do you have those new bags? And I grabbed one of those, and then I also grabbed a little Notions pouch. She has these spring pouches. You can attach them to your project bag handles, and they are big enough to hold your scissors and a few stitch markers and your measuring tape and all. So I did grab also one of these. Those I paid with my own money. And then she was so lovely. She had these new sock blockers. They are plastic and they have her logo, and they're so pretty. And she gave me 3 sizes. So this is ad gifted. I didn't ask for them. She is a friend. This is not a promotion. This is not promotion. This is not like an advertisement. She is just lovely friend, and she gave me these, and she didn't ask to talk about them, but I thought to share anyway. So very good for blocking your socks when they are wet. You don't have to worry about the wooden ones are a little bit precious. You can't put wet sock on them, but these are very handy, and they are also very beautiful. This is the sock that is in testing. This is the Crystal Creek sock, and I have worked on the second pair. So I'm on the heel flap now. Maybe I'll put it on the blocker so you can see the pattern well. So here's the diamond shape that is in the back, and I have an eye of partridge heel flap, and then we have this cable texture in the front. And these Crystal Creek socks, they are I don't remember when the test ends, but it's pretty soon, I think. And they are now soon to be released. I think mid-October probably I will release these. So I just need to finish my second sock, take some cute pictures, and then we are ready for some sock pattern release. One more thing that I have brought here today is a swatch. I've been feeling very inspired to start new projects, but I have been, except for the scarf, I have been holding myself back because I have so many projects I need to finish. But this chillier weather is getting, you need some cozy layers. I am dying for a cardigan, which is this fluffy and warm and thick and cozy. So I have this unspun yarn. This is a Finnish pencil roving. It comes with two strands. This is a very soft. This is nothing like Plotulopi, which is a very Plotulopi is a very toothy and scratchy unspun, but this is very soft. This is completely pillowy and soft. I think as a softness, what goes, it's really similar to, actually this is softer than Mangelopi. I have some plates of that. I could imagine that some colors of Nutiden would be similar to this. This color is just your, it is the natural color of the sheep. This is brown, medium brown, and I was actually holding it with some BC Garn Bio Balance, which is a cotton and wool blend, and I just held this like one strand of this. It's very thin, light fingering with 2 strands of this, and the reason why I did that was just to get some more durability out of the yarn so that the knitting experience would be lovelier. And the main color is still, or the prominent color is the brown. This is a bit more green toned or darker brown with green undertones. And this is a swatch that I did. I'm actually probably not going to use this texture. I just imagine myself with this huge, comfy, cozy house jacket, kind of a cardigan, and I think I will do garter stitch instead. But not now, not right now. And if I will start this project, it will be a pattern for next winter, but I would really love to wear this sweater or cardigan this winter, so I might whip it up and then I will see what I will do. But yeah, this is just to, you know, keep myself accountable and not start everything right away. I worked this up with 7mm needles, and I think this gauge is exactly what I want. Something cozy and fluffy, and unspun yarns tend to be a little bit stiff, so the end product will be like it's not very drapey, so we'll see. Bigger needles are better, but then it's more prone to pilling, so I don't know. That is a plan for another day, but I think I did talk about everything that I wanted today, and yeah, it was lovely to catch up with you. I really wanted to come and say hello, and if you liked this video, please consider to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and give me a thumbs up so that my video is more out there for everyone else to see. So that helps my channel to get more reach, and that's only if you liked my video. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I will see you next time.